So this video we're going to go through some reining maneuvers as well as what reining is and how we can do it within the Tackroom on RedM. Of course, we are limited to the different game mechanics that we have. However, we make the best of it and try to make things work as best we can. We do have some associations that run clinics, they do competitions, they do shows for reining, and this is just kind of a video to showcase some of the stuff that we do and more so on the Western sport side of things. So I'm here currently at one of our Western arenas that is at our horse park. My horse right now, if you hear him kind of squealing or anything, it is one way we get our horses' heads dropped by setting their stamina a little bit low. I'll drop a card to go to the video and how we do that, just to get the really nice low headset look. So we're going to kind of go over the individual maneuvers that are within reining. There is a large variety of patterns within reining that you can do. So if you're doing a competition, it just depends on the competition host of what pattern they want you to complete. There is also freestyle reining, and a lot of the judges will say, okay, I need to have at least 4 large circles and 1 sliding stop and 1 rollback. So it really just depends on what they want to do. So first and foremost, on most reining competitions, you'll either walk or jog into the middle of the arena, facing forward towards the judges area. So in this arena, it's this little covered podium sort of thing. You can see I'm fairly center. I might move up a little bit more, and then we're just going to pause here. So the pattern that I'm going to go over in the end of all this is pattern 14. And a lot of the times you can Google these patterns to kind of get an idea what some of these patterns look like. Now, with a lot of these patterns comes a description. So, for instance, in pattern 14, it says horses may walk or jog into the center of the arena. Horses must walk or stop prior to starting pattern, beginning at the center of the arena facing the left wall or fence. And in our case, it's facing the judges' stand, and that's just how some of us do it within our game. We do try to make it as realistic as possible, but also just within our own little worlds. So then the next steps are step 1, complete 4 spins to the left and then hesitate. Step 2 is complete 4 spins to the right and then hesitate. 3, beginning on the right lead, complete 3 circles to the right, the first 2 circles large and fast, the third circle small and slow. Change leads at the center of the arena. Step 4, complete 3 circles to the left, the first 2 circles large and fast, the third circle small and slow. Change leads at the center of the arena. Step 5, begin a large circle to the right, but do not close the circle. Run up the right side of the arena, past the center marker, and do a left rollback at least 20 feet from the wall or fence. No hesitation. Step 6, continue back around previous circle, but do not close the circle. Run up the left side of the arena, past the center marker, and do a right rollback at least 20 feet from the wall or fence. No hesitation. Step 5, continue back around previous circle, but do not close the circle. Run up the right side of the arena, past the center marker, and do a sliding stop at least 20 feet from the wall or fence. Back up at least 10 feet. Hesitate to demonstrate the completion of the pattern. And so right now that might be all very confusing. Roll back, hesitation, circles, spins, all those, and I will go through all of those different maneuvers is what we call them. And then at the very end of the video, we will do the entire pattern run. Okay, so we're going to go step by step on what they're asking for pattern 14. So the very first one is complete 4 spins to the left. So the way we do spins, and this is going to apply to keyboard, it's going to be different if you use a controller. So I'm going to hold control, and I'm going to start going A, S, D, W. Now this is way easier if you're at a faster pace, at least within RedM. So one thing that you can actually do, and so once I go around, so if you're coming into this pattern and we're just going to walk or jog into the center of the arena. So this is where I would not say you need to hesitate, so you can go ahead and jog. And once you get center, hit control, and then you can go WASD. You can even go this a little faster to make it look nicer. And that is just one of the game mechanics that we have to make work. So I'm going to go ahead into a lope, and I'm going to hit control. And see how that looks a lot better, and that horse is spinning around the back feet. Alright, so that's 3, 4, and I'm going to keep holding control. And if he slows down, that's okay. It's, again, game mechanics. These horses aren't perfect like they would be in real life. So in this case, we might pick up a little bit more speed. And we're going to go the left circles, 2, 3, 4, and then you can just very quickly try to go then clockwise on your W, A, S, and D. Once you get 4, stop at center. That's as close to center as we may get. And then we're going to go ahead and, beginning on the right lead, complete 3 circles to the right. So we're going to go to our right. Leads don't really matter in this game because you can't exactly get them to do leads. So we're going to go as fast as we can. And with that horse's head down, it's why he's a little upsetty, spaghetti. So we're going to do 2 large. So here's 1 large. Cross over X. We're going to do our 2nd large. Can be very close in size. And then once we cross X again, we're going to hit control, slow them down a little bit, and then we're going to go into that smaller circle. We're going to cross X, and then we're going to do the 2 large on the left side. And so we're going to speed them up a bit. Now, you do not have to have your horse's head down. This sometimes is just a personal preference. Sometimes judges may say, yes, please have your horse's head down. But there are some people that don't really like when they snort and they throw their heads a lot. So it is kind of a personal preference on this. Alright, and so we're going to cross onto X again. And then we're going to slow the horse down into the nice smaller circle. So the next one is we're going to do a large circle to the right. So we're going to come back out to the wall. And we're going to go up and around. And then this is a rollback. And a rollback is you're going to run up and you're going to stop without a sliding stop. So then you can hit control and then back your horse up, which is usually a few double clicks of control. Turn them back and then take back off. It's as best as we can do in the game for a rollback. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to do another rollback. So I'm going to hit control, stop him. And then you can actually try to turn him on a dime and then take off again. And then this is where we got to pick up speed. So I'm going to let him kind of canter out a bit. And then I'm going to make him go as fast as he can. And we're getting into sliding stop. So I'm going to press and hold control. And he slides. And then I'm going to hit control a few times to back him up a few paces. And that is when we would be done with the maneuver. So there's a large variety of these patterns and kind of mixes. And of course, with freestyle is much more fun when you're competing because you can kind of mix them up however you would like. So that is just kind of one of the things. There is another technique that we can do within the game. So if you're standing still and you need to do like a quick lope into a spin, you can actually hold shift and then hit control. See, this isn't a very pretty spin. Well, now he slowed down, so it's a little bit better. So that is kind of a tricky thing to figure out how to do, is where you do just like a canter into the spin. So canter, let off shift, and then hit control and then start spinning. So it's just getting used to doing the WASD in a pattern, and a circular pattern at that. And then you can get them to go the other way. So it's just kind of practicing a lot of that. So if you have any questions about how we do reining within RedM and the Tackroom, put it in the comments. If you have any specific patterns that you really like running, or if you've done reining and there's any suggestions you would have, put those in the comments as well. Again, we can only do our best of what game mechanics allow us to have, and we just make it work. So if you have any questions about the Tackroom, ask about it, and look forward to the next video.